Thank you so much for contributing. Hello, and welcome Toastmasters and guests to Cloud-122 International Speech Contest. I am Chief Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Deepa, and I welcome you all to this online contest. I would like to begin by stating the mission of Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Some of the rules to be respected during the contest are all attendees must mute their audio at all times unless instructed otherwise by the contester. Do not share your screen unless asked by the host. Once the contest starts, please turn off your video as all. When the contest is in progress, kindly refrain from any movements that distracts the speaker. In case you need to move, please turn off your video before doing so. There will be a break given in between. Once the contest chair starts the contest, the virtual meeting will be logged. Follow only the suggested naming convention, and I wish you all the fantastic contest. Now, we can move ahead for the motive of Toastmasters Club. I would like everyone in the meeting to unmute yourself and repeat with me. For better listening, for better listening, for better speaking,
for better speaking.
Thank you so much. Now it's time to introduce the contest chair for today's meeting, DTM Saif Ali Sheikh. He is one of the longest serving Toastmaster in Pakistan since 1997. He is also a professional parliamentarian and has served almost every position from club till district level. Toastmaster Saif Ali Sheikh is a professional leadership coach for corporate and individual. He is a changed management consultant and has a corporate experience of 40 plus years. Now, without further ado, please help me in welcoming DTM Saif Ali Sheikh, the contest chair for today's meeting, today's international speech contest.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Deepa. What a wonderful introduction. Might be Toastmaster Hina help you out to make the introduction. It's look like the information what you are sharing with us. By having said this one, let's go to the serious matter. And we have the 4 contests. We are going to have today only the international speech contest. And the contestant number 1 is Toastmaster Faisal. For the judges, you may please write down the speaking order and the title of the speech. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Faisal Iqbal. Speech title, Let the Adventure Begin. Speech title, Let the Adventure Begin. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Faisal Iqbal. And the same manner I'm going to introduce during the contest to call the contestant. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Hina Azam. Speech title, Value of Relationship. Value of Relationship. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Hina Azam. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Javeria. Speech title, Dusk or Dawn. Dusk or Dawn. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Javeria. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Jayaa Jaggi. Speech title 1188. Speech title 1188. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Jayaa Jaggi. I hope that I pronounce rightly the title of the speeches for all the contestants. If you want any change, please let me know. Okay, that's great. So I assume that the briefing by the Chief Judge has been done.
Yes, Chief Judge, all key points have been shared by with the judges and their eligibilities taken.
That's great. And another thing is that I'm sure also all the contestants are the member in the good standing in the club. It means the basic requirement of the contest is fulfilled. Do you have any questions? Anyone?
Chief Judge, if I may,
Yes, please.
I'd just like to reiterate an important rule here to all the contestants again.
Please go ahead. Please put your hand together, welcoming our Chief Judge Toastmaster Hina Ali.
Thank you, Contest Chair DTM Saif. Dear contestants and judges and audience, a key aspect of this very important contest, the International Speech Contest, is the point of originality in the content of the speech. So, as we know, every contestant is expected to have a substantially original speech. In the event that they do decide to quote, paraphrase, or reference content, they are expected to ensure that they make a reference to the origin of the source during their speech presentation. Other than that, another important rule is that a contestant may not refer to another contestant's name or a contestant's content of a speech that they have presented already in the contest that they're competing in. So that is for today's contest. So kindly refrain from these. These are points on which any contestant or a judge can raise a protest based on originality, right? Other than the contestants and judges, no member of the audience is permitted to raise a protest. Contestants may raise their protest with the contest chair and judges with myself, the chief judge. In the event of a protest being lodged, the contestant against whom the protest is lodged will be given an opportunity to respond to that protest before the voting judges decide to vote on whether the contestant needs to be disqualified or not. Once this decision has been made, the decision will be final. Protests may only be raised prior to the adjournment or completion of the contest. No other protests will be entertained. Other than that, just very quickly on timing, everybody may be aware, in this current contest rule book, we have now been informed that the timing of the speech, though, is still 5 to 7 minutes. The qualification time is a minimum of 4 minutes, 29 seconds, and any milliseconds crossed after that is considered qualified. And for a maximum as well, it's 7 minutes, 30 seconds, and any millisecond. So if a person crosses 7 minutes and 31, it touches 31, that is when a contestant will be disqualified for exceeding the maximum time. And if they speak for less than 4 minutes and 29, if they've spoken just for 4 minutes and 29 seconds and there are no additional milliseconds, in that event, they will be disqualified. Otherwise, they are considered qualified timer. I believe I briefed you. Please note this. And again, for the benefit of the judges, we do not consider timing at all, right? In terms of judging our contestants. Other than that, we're good to go. Thank you very much, contest chair and audience for this time.
One thing more, Toastmaster Hinna, can you please elaborate the disconnection rules for contestants as well?
Madam Chief Judge, you are going to address the question from Toastmaster Rehana, or I will address the question? Okay, let me address the question is that the timing for reconnection and the connection, if there is any glitch related to the internet during the contest, so the contestant will given a time to reconnect it. And the maximum time to reconnect is 3 minutes. If 3-minute time is passed, then the contestant is disqualified due to the time. Or if he is qualified for the time and he resumes, that he is not going to get any opportunity to speak after that one. Is it okay? Contestant, is it okay? You understand, contestant?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes.
It is clear now. So our chief judge, Toastmaster Hina, you are here with us. I think she disconnected. Not the contestant, Hina. I'm talking about the chief judge. Hina Ali.
Disconnected probably. Let her reconnect.
I think
She's joining back.
he is joining or she joined.
She's here.
She is here. Madam Chief Judge, can we start the contest?
Yes, please. I'm so sorry. My some technical issue happened. Yes, please go ahead and start.
Yes, we are on the cloud, and we are in the cloud Toastmaster Club. So anything happen, yeah. So we are expecting unexpected things. So if all set, let the contest begin and the best contestant winner. One point I would like to mention over here, the international speech contest winner of first and second place will go to the area, and the same video recording of the first place winner will participate at international video speech contest. Second thing is that Toastmaster, our Madam Chief Judge mentioned about the protest. Protest can only be in originality. Eligibility is already defined that all the contestants are eligible to participate. So the protest is limited to word only originality of the speech. Is it okay for all?
Yes, that's perfect, DTM Saif. May I ask the Sergeant at Arms to kindly mute all attendees of this contest except the contestant and contest chair, please? Kindly mute everybody else. Thank you.
Okay, contestant number 1, Toastmaster Faisal Iqbal, can you fix your speaking area? The same place?
Yes, DTM sir.
Is it okay for you?
Yes, it's perfectly. It's fine.
I think your head is cutting in the screen.
Yes, I was adjusting the screen. I think it's fine now.
Is it okay? The both side, left and right side is okay for you?
Yes.
Okay, one thing more I would like to mention, if someone is using the prop, so you have a 1 minute silence break in between, so you can arrange the prop during that time.
Right.
Can you repeat after me, Toastmaster Faisal Iqbal, contestant number 1?
Sure.
I'm the winner. I'm the winner.
I am the winner.
Chief Judge is audible and visible.
Yes, he is.
He
Am I
is.
supposed to say that as well?
And did contestant number 1 you pin the timer?
No, I'm not. Yes.
Or you did the pin the timers? Fellow Toastmaster, contestant number 1, Toastmaster Faisal Iqbal, speech title, Let the Adventure Begin. Let the Adventure Begin. Toastmaster Faisal Iqbal. Over to you, Toastmaster Faisal Iqbal.
Thank you. Dun, 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 dun. Hello? Hello? Hassan? Yes, Hassan. Oh, what's the time? Oh, it's almost 11 o'clock. I didn't realize here. I'm just getting ready to go and come to you to Apara. Don't worry. Thank you so very much. I'm just coming. Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. I will take care of myself. Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz. It was the time of 2014. Very sunny day. I have to go to see my friend Hassan Ali. And I was thinking that what is happening to me right now? I am just getting late. I am very asleep. So I have to rush myself to the Apara and have to meet him. So why I was in that rush situation that time? Because that was the time that became one of the most special days for me. It was the time when I got to see Faisal Mosque for the first time in my lifetime. Technically, I have seen it in my childhood, but I can't realize it that time. Living in Islamabad for 2 years and studying in engineering university, I didn't manage to go and explore different areas of Islamabad. So that was the time that gave me the opportunity to explore and see different places in there. And above all, to see and explore Faisal Masjid, which I have not since then. So that was a very daring and adventurous time for me. But why was that? And during going from my university hostel to the Faisal Masjid was one of the most adventurous things that I had done that time. So I just rushed and picked my stuff and went to the gate of the hostel. So I was just rushing, and meantime, I realized that I didn't pick my wallet. And I was like, I'm just getting late. My friend is waiting for me in Apara and I have to go there. So I just thought that thankfully I have some money in my pocket. I will manage there. Because I have not explored anything. I don't know any areas or maps and etc. in Islamabad. So it was difficult for me. But somehow someone picked me and gave me a lift in the university. And they were going to G9. And that's how when they dropped me to G9, I asked them where and how can go to Apara, and they told me that you can go from this or pick any vehicle or local, etc. So I just picked that local, and while going towards that, there were different areas, different places that I was exploring. One of that particular place was Apara, which I just saw for the first time. And the hustle and bustle of that area, I enjoyed that as well. But one of the most important things that I enjoyed while going to Apara was that I had to go and cross a very dangerous pull from one area to another. And I just took a leap of faith and crossed that dangerous pull. When I look back and contemplate on that, I find it very frightening to just think of what I did that time. But that made me realize that sometimes we have to just go and explore what we can do. While going to Apara and asking my friend where is he, I just asked him that where is he. He told me that he is in particular that restaurant. And after just doing gossiping about some different situations of life, he told me that that's how we can go to the masjid and we can explore different areas. So I thought that I went to Faisal Masjid back in 1997 or 8 when we used to saw our childhood pictures. But going to that place for the very first time in my life was very breathtaking and emotional thing for me as well. But that proved to be fruitful as well. And let me show some of the pics for you as well. But before moving towards the pic, let me tell you that sometimes in life, we have to take a leap of faith and try different things in life. Because when we are not trying different things in life, we cannot explore and discover our hidden talents and what we can do in our lives. We sometimes get so entrapped in our thoughts and particular experiences that we don't try to push ourselves and explore what we can do and what we can see and discover. And that year and those months became to me one of my most memorable moments of my life, because that made me connect with nature one way or the other, and that made me connect with architecture and different places as well. That particular picture and that particular moment started for me to travel and explore and hike to different places as well. One of those and one of the first places that I hiked to was Magra Hills after that. So let me show you a picture of the Magra Hills that I went to. After getting so much tired during the holiday and finding out different places and to explore with my friend, I was very tired, but that was worth taking as well. Some other weeks, I also went with my friends in the trail 3 at Magra Hills, and that was my first hiking experience in my life. And I was so happy and excited that it could be shown in my picture, that I felt so connected with myself as well. And I enjoyed that place so well that I was ready to go there after every week or after every month. And that's how I realized that just taking that single step of exploring that place with my friend allowed me to explore different places as well. And that's how my adventure journey began on that particular day, on June 14, 2014. That's from my side. Over to you, contestant.
1 minute silence for the judges to mark the ballot. Timer, please count the 1 minute.
Mr. Contest here, 1 minute is over.
Okay, let me unmute myself now. Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. The contestant number 2, Toastmaster Hina Azam. This is your speaking area. Can
Yes.
you please, can you pin the timer?
Yes.
Can you repeat after me?
Okay.
I'm the winner.
I am the winner.
Madam Chief Judge, is it audible and visible?
Yes, she is. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chief Judge. And contestant number 2, Toastmaster Hina Azam. Speech title, Value of Relationship. Value of Relationship. Toastmaster Hina Azam. Over to you, Toastmaster Hina.
That was the evening of December 2011. I was on the stretcher in a hospital and fainted. There were multiple stitches on my body. The nurses transferred my stretcher from operation theater to the room. After an hour, I got conscious. I was feeling extreme pain in the stitches. The pain was so high that I was unable to move my body. And I was feeling that I am going to die. Suddenly, I listened the cry of a baby. Oh! I quickly turned my head, saw that a baby was lying and crying on a pram adjacent to my bed. Oh yes, he was my son who born at that time. A wave of happiness swept through my body, and I forgot all of my pains. I had a single desire at that time, that I wanted to touch my son. I wanted to take him in my hands. I wanted to hug him. I was extremely happy. Contestant and fellow Toastmasters. It is the power of relationship that I forgot every bad happening with me. In life, we are connected with many persons. These include our family and friends, our maternal and paternal relationships, and many others. All of these relationships are blessing for us. However, most of the time we take in them for granted and we don't understand that how important these are for us. But when someone left this world, then we realize the real value of that person in our life. Do you miss someone who left you forever? Let me share my story. 14 years back, when I was busy with my studies, one day I heard that my puppo, the sister of my father, she was suffering from last stage of cancer, and doctors were hopeless about her recovery. That was the heartbreaking news for us. After a few days, I watched a dream in which she was standing in a bus, and I was standing in the bus and she was outside. I shouted, "Puppo, come inside the bus, come with me." She waved her hand and replied, "No, you have to go alone." The bus moved on and left her at the bus stop. I woke up. My mother told me that my puppo, she was no longer with us. At that point, I truly realized the value of relationship. I often cry and even now remember her. She was my best friend. She was like an umbrella who protected me from griefs and diversities. Sometimes even she scolded my parents for me. Dear audience, relationships are vital to our mental and emotional well-being. All people who are wise, they take care of the relationships as an asset. Mostly we believe that wealth and fame are what we need to go after to have a good life. Unfortunately, most of us remain unaware about the benefit of healthy relationships, which are much more important than wealth and fame. Life is a web of relationship that, and we get numerous benefits from it. Like we share our griefs and diversities, which decrease the stress. Healthy relations motivate us and divert our attention from adversities. Like it is the miracle of a relation that my feeling of utmost pain at the time of birth of my son converted into extreme happiness. Relationship inspired us, protect us, give us purpose of life. Like my puppo inspired and protected me, which ultimately developed my personality positively. So making and developing healthy relations is very important for life. And we should deliberately put effort for this purpose. Moreover, respect, empathy, patience, and forgiveness are the key of success of wonderful, healthy relationships. The human are social animal, so invest on the social activities in order to make and develop healthy relations, which will make you happier and healthier. Contestant.
A 1 minute silence for the judges to mark the ballot. Mr. Timer, please let me know when 1 minute is elapsed.
May I request all the audience to please mute your mics? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Javeria. This is your speaking area.
Yes.
Is everything okay for you?
Yes, DTM.
Did you pin the timer?
Yes, DTM.
Okay, let's repeat after me. I'm the winner.
I am the winner.
Madam Chief Judge, she is audible and visible.
Yes, she is, sir.
Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Javeria. Dusk, speech title, Dusk or Dawn. Dusk or Dawn. Contestant number 3, Toastmaster Javeria. Over to Toastmaster Javeria.
The sun shines. The sun sets. The stars twinkle. Darkness prevails. And from that jet black darkness, the sun emerges again with full light and energy. Have you ever experienced falling asleep, losing the track of time, and getting up all baffled and confused if it is the dawn or the dusk? You wake up and immediately realize you had to do something before you fell asleep. Did your heart ever skip a beat in that moment? Did you check your phone or watch to figure out if it's morning or evening? Did you ever rush to slide the curtains or open your window to see the sky if it's dawned or dusked? Seeing you anxious, has any of your family members or a friend teased you that you slept the whole day and missed your work? And you couldn't guess what's exactly happening? Am I dreaming? Why can't I remember a single thing? And then you immediately think of an action plan to finish your important task. Have you ever thought what gave you the energy to do more in less time? Is it not knowing about the dawn or believing that it's dusk now? Have you ever experienced the relief knowing that it's still dusk? I've got it. I still have time till the dawn. Isn't our life all about the dawn and the dusk and everything that lies within? Our lives revolve around powerful sunrises and promising sunsets. Fellow Toastmasters, I can't think of darkness without light, dull without bright, hope without despair, grief without care, failure without success, life without a test, challenge without opportunity, kindness without humility, growth without a setback, intent without an impact, courage without strength, 100 without a tenth, a dream without desire, a chill without a fire, battle without a scar, peace without war, gloom without glory, and a life without a story. Every one of us has a story. We're all stories to be told, heard, shared, and treasured. Everyone has something special to share and to learn from. My mentor once asked me that what metaphor would I choose for the story of my life? And this made me reflect the essence of living and creating a meaningful story. And I realized that my life resonates with a candle, not because of the power outage situation in our country or maybe a romantic candlelight dinner, but when the setting sun in the west said, "Will someone take my place?" After a mighty silence, a candle raised its head and said, "I'll try, sir." It was her willingness to try which gives her the confidence to shine brighter in that jet black darkness. I learned young that we cannot discover new oceans unless we have the courage to lose the sight of the shore. We cannot conquer new heights with the fear of falling. We need to have faith as the birds have faith that they can fly. And there cannot be courage without fear. Courage to combat fear, not to camouflage it. I've feared and failed many times in my life, failed many exams, expectations, plans which are not working out, rejections, disappointments. I didn't realize back then that all of that will make me who I am today. I learned through those failures that fear is always going to be there. I can only manage if I desire to do something greater than this. I worked with many Fortune 500 companies at my first job, connected to the top CEOs of the country. I won't say I wasn't afraid. I won't say I wasn't terrified if anything would go wrong. But the willingness to try, despite of the fears I had, that was my guiding light. And once struggling with my higher studies and finding a job in the dusk, I became the youngest manager of the learning division, with being acknowledged for my services to the industry at the dawn. It felt like a profound journey, a wonderful story. My fear of failure and pain, fear that maybe I'm not enough, fear of being judged and rejected, fear of the unknown, I realized that fear was unavoidable, inescapable. It's a learning experience and a part of my process. For you are built better when broken. And I used my failure not to knock me down, but to push me a little forward. Honorable judges, we are much more than we imagine to be. We are free as a tide and deep as the ocean. We are a spark for our dog, and my life resembles a heartbeat with all the highs and lows of life. My truth became my strongest belief that yes, there is not a dusk without a dawn. Life has taught me that we are our own choices. I believed it was my dusk, but the time evoked the dawn in me, that it's a great strength and honor to be of service to others. Today, in my training capacity, I'm privileged and honored for facilitating people in creating their significant stories in their personal and professional lives. When they get through their dusk that sank their hearts, they get to their dawn that touched their souls and changed their lives. I strongly believe that comparison kills talent, fellow Toastmasters. Every one of us grow at their own pace. In the end, we are all just stories. Every story has an end, a lesson, but in life, every ending is a new beginning. Every dusk has its dawn. And life is something not like a competition, but an incredible journey of experiences. The rock bottom teaches us lessons which mountain tops never will. Humanity unites us, but individuality distinguishes us. And how can we compare our journey with someone else's? It's our story, not a sale. Fellow Toastmasters and honorable judges, it's not about what we get, but what we give. Most of my life, I was the dusk mistaken for the dawn. I had to play my part, like both the dusk and dawn played their parts. And I chose not to choose between them, but what is within them to be lived fully and to be learned from. To create a story with an impact and to make choices reflecting my confidence and courage, not my worries or fears. Let's embrace our dusks and cherish our dawns. Contest chair.
Thank you, Mr. Timer. For the judges, there is 1 minute silence to mark the ballot. Just give me 1 minute.
Mr. Contest, your 1 minute is over.
First, I have to unmute myself. Then I'm going to call contestant number 4, Jayaa Jaggi, unmute. Yeah, it is your speaking area.
Yes, contest chair.
Can you repeat after me? I'm the winner.
I'm the winner.
Madam Chief Judge, Toastmaster Jayaa Jaggi is audible and visible.
Yes, she is. Toastmaster Jaya, have you timed your pinner? Sorry, have you pinned your timer? Sorry.
Yes, I have.
Great.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Chief Judge, for the time. Okay, contestant number 4. Toastmaster Jayaa Jaggi, speech title 118. Jaggi. To you, Jaggi.
April 1, 2017. I left office feeling tired, irritated, frustrated. I called my best friend, Alina. Sensing I was depressed, she kept on listening to me, ranting, ranting, and ranting, till I spoke my heart out. While I reached home, I was surprised to see she was there with my favorite food, chocolates, and flowers. While she handed over those chocolates to me, she said, Jaya, I will always be there for you. At that time, I felt loved, safe, and needed. And all my frustration, depression, annoyance went away. April 1, 2019, exactly 2 years after the incident, I was sitting in my office working when my phone rang. Tring, 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 tring. I picked up the phone and said, Hello, Fatma, how are you? What? How could this be? You must be joking. I know it's April Fool and you are pulling a prank on me. No. What? She committed suicide? My best friend Alina, she committed suicide. How could this be? Why? 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 I was devastated, depressed, dumbfounded. I lost my best friend, my sister, my buddy, who always made me feel as if everything was all right. But deep inside, she was dying. I too felt that pain. I too felt that suicide. I too felt that mental depression. But she was gone. I could not bring her back. At that time, I realized I was not there. I was guilty for not asking her if she was okay. I was remorseful of not looking at the subtle signs when she was not going for things she loved, when she was silent, when she was asking for help. She was depressed and probably wanted her pain to end and found suicide the best solution to it. But is suicide really a solution? Is it, ladies and gentlemen? No. Suicide is never a solution. Never. The guilt for not being there for her, the remorse of not asking her if she was all right, made me realize that I needed to do something. It took me 2 years to realize that she is gone, but I could not let the world hear more such stories of suicide. I wanted to spread this message that there is help and there is hope available. When, on January 1, 2020, after a struggle of more than a year, I developed my own helpline, 1188. And I remember when one morning at 11 a.m., I received a call and where a man said, Hello, I want to kill myself because I have a financial burden. I'm unable to provide to my family. I want to die. He kept on speaking for 5 minutes. Once he was done, I responded, Sir, I know it's really hard for you, but you are trying your best to provide to your family. Your family needs you. How would they survive if you commit suicide? The man stayed silent for 5 minutes and said that he would think around it. After a few days, we received a call from him where he said, Thank you for listening to me without being judgmental. Thank you for making me realize the importance of my family and my own life. Today, I have started working on a stall where I sell cooked rice and we are all hanging in there. This was the response of that man. And not this one call, but we received so many calls on our helpline. And all these calls made me realize that it's not about hotline or a helpline, but a friend, a family member. I realized that not every human has a solid plan to suicide. They just have a desire that springs out from loss of empathy, loss of human connection, loss of accepting people the way they are. Ladies and gentlemen, when was the last time you looked around and listened to others without being judgmental? When was the last time you explained with your actions to others that it's okay to be different? It's okay to not be okay. When was the last time you opened up yourself, your feelings to someone whom you love, whom with you can share your feelings? Ladies and gentlemen, it's not about the helpline, hotline, but a friend, a family member who is there to listen to you, who is there to tell you that it's okay to be not okay. It's okay to express your emotions, to be tired, to be frustrated. Ladies and gentlemen, your one single minute of helping others, your one single smile, your one single act of kindness can save countless lives. Till today, we have received more than 7,000 calls on our helpline. And I can proudly say that we have helped and saved all these lives. But I wish we all could reach out to each other so that people don't feel the need to reach out to 1188. So next time, when are you going to reach out to people before they feel this need to reach out to any hotline, any helpline, or 1188? Contest chair.
1 minute silence for the judges to mark the ballot. Timer, please give me the signal once 1 minute is collapsed. Since Jaya Jaggi was the last contestant, it's a 3 minute silence break for the judges to mark the ballot and hand over the ballot to the chief judge. Is a 3 minute silence break, please.
Thank you, DTM Saif. I would request that the audience remain silent till I can confirm I've received all the ballots. Our tally counters have received all the ballots. Thank you.
Sure. Waiting for the signal from the Chief Judge to proceed.
So just give us 1 or 2 minutes more. We're still waiting for confirmation from the tally counters.
Okay. Madam Chief Judge, if you allow, we can go for the interview.
Sure, just give me 1 moment. Judges, please mute your volume of the contest so that you're able to do your duties in silence. And I would request the contest chair to continue with the interviews. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chief Judge. Contestant number 1, Toastmaster Faisal, you're with us.
Yes, DTM Saif.
Faisal, your speech title was speech that you was hiking experience. And you was in between Para Margra Hill. Different things to explore during your journey. Toastmaster Faisal.
DTM Saif, there is some lag in your voice. I couldn't hear you properly.
Okay. Now it's okay.
It's still here.
You can hear it?
I think it's fine now.
Okay, Toastmaster, let the adventure begin. And your adventure was in between Aap Para and Margra Hill. And you had the hiking experience during your journey. What are the different things you experienced during the hiking?
Primarily, it was my adventure to see and to go to Faisal Masjid for the first time, and followed by some hiking trips after a couple of weeks later.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Faisal. I was expecting that you will build another story on that one. So let's move to the contestant number 2. I'm audible to you? Toastmaster
Yes.
Hina. Okay. Value of relationship. At what point you think the relationship need to be fire? At what time you realize the
At what time I realized the relationships are fine?
relationship on fire?
On fire. Okay, as I discussed in my speech at the time of birth of my child. At that point, my feeling of pain converted into happiness. The relation was on fire. Second, when my puppo died, I saw her in my dream. I was feeling at that time that she came to give me the last goodbye. That was my feeling. It was feeling like a last goodbye. She came in her soul. I felt her soul in my dream. Because when I woke up, My mother told me she died at the time was same. I was watching a dream and she died at 10, I think 9:30. And I was sleeping at that time. So I felt enormous. I couldn't say the words, the feelings, both times and multiple times with my children, with my family members. I think I'm blessed with many blessful
Yes,
relationships.
I totally agree. Once the relationship are the strong relations, you are physically and in dream connected to them totally. Let's move to our next contestant, Toastmaster Javeria. Toastmaster Javeria, where are you?
Yes, DTM Saif.
Are you here?
I am sorry, I'm unable to understand.
Very much
Your
here.
voice is being distorted.
Toastmaster Javeria, it's okay now?
Yes, a little better.
Is it okay now?
Yes, it's better.
Now?
I think it's the internet connection, probably.
Maybe. So, Toastmaster Javeria, you mentioned life without a story. It is not possible.
Yes.
And you metaphor yourself, candle. Why it came into your mind that you yourself is a candle?
Thank you so much, DTM Saif. A very interesting question. In that point in time, I was thinking that what could be mightier and powerful than the sun itself? Because it's so powerful. Nobody, nothing can replace the mighty sun, and we all revolve our lives around the sunrises and dawns. So I thought that what could be something that could be a little closer to the purpose of the sun. So the purpose of the sun, or even our purposes, are basically to facilitate others, to give energy to others, to be of service to others, and how it can reflect in someone else's purpose. So I think a candle tries herself best to even sacrifice herself while being lit, and then trying to push forward the darkness with her little shining brighter in the darkness. So I think that willingness to try in front of the sun, in that deep, I would say dark, that is her courage. And I think life is all about a story with an effort made, with a purpose lived fully. So that, I think that was something which came in my mind at that point in time, and I still resonate with the candle very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Javeria. Our next contestant number 4, Toastmaster Jayaa Jaggi. Jaya, you are with us.
Yes, DTM Saif, I'm here.
Can you hear me? Am I audible for you?
Yes, you are audible.
Jayaa Jaggi, is when I saw the speech title for you is 1188. Do you know what's come in my mind? First thing,
How would I come to know what's in your mind?
so it's a good for me that you're not a mind reader. So
I wish I knew telepathy.
okay, 11 and 88, two different figure in your speech title, and 11 is coming in my mind is a smart lady, and 8 is a big fat lady. So how you join 1188 towards the help and hope?
It seems like to me a table topic, DTM Saif. Please have some mercy on me today.
No, it is a table topic.
I really did not catch it. I seriously couldn't get it.
Okay, your speech title was 1188. So there are two numbers over there. is 1 and 8. When we are taking the number 1, is a simple smart lady, and 8 is a big fat lady. And how you join 1, 8 with help and hope?
Okay. 1 and 8. They're not ladies. They can be slim man and 8 can be a fat man. I chose 1188 because it's easy to memorize these numbers. If it would have been 4589, it would have been difficult to memorize. Also, probably they look good together, maybe. And I thought probably you would be thinking 1 is a lady, slim lady, and 8 is a big fat man, and probably that my story would revolve around some love life story. But you thought something else. Over to you, DTM Saif.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jayaa Jaggi. Yes, it's his individual perception about any numbers. So you are absolutely right. And 1188 is my perception, what I told you. And 1188, your own perception with the help and hope. Let me ask our Chief Judge. Madam, Chief Judge, you are ready? Results are ready?
Yes, contest chair. Sir, the results are ready. May I share them with you for you to make the announcement?
I prefer, since you are a Chief Judge, make the announcement by yourself.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much for this honor. Dear audience, judges, respected contest chair, all the role players, and the contestants in particular. We've had a very good contest this morning with some moving speeches, thought-provoking, and requiring for us to think again, introspect, reflect, and do better. Having said that, I'm very happy to announce that there were no time disqualifications today, and also that we did not have any protests on originality. So well done to all of you. A round of applause to all of you. And now let's have a drum roll. In third place for our Cloud-122 International Speech Contest, we have Toastmaster Hina Azam. Congratulations, Toastmaster Hina. In second place today, we have Toastmaster Jayaa Jaggi. Toastmaster Jayaa Jaggi, congratulations on making it to the second place in today's contest. And finally, our winner for today's International Speech Contest for the Cloud-122 Club is Toastmaster Javeria Nadeem. Congratulations, Toastmaster Javeria Nadeem. I would like to announce that our first place and second place winners from the club, inshallah, will move on to the area contest. The very best to the both of you, and I congratulate all of the contestants today. You all are winners for having the courage to have stepped up and participated in this contest. Thank you very much, contest chair. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chief Judge. And I would like to extend my congratulations to all the participants, and in particular, Toastmasters. Where are you, Javeria? You left? Javeria, Jayaa Jaggi, Hinna, and Faisal. Toastmaster Javeria and Toastmaster Jayaa Jaggi will move to the area going to participate at International Video Speech Contest. And the club VP Education will send you a speech from this recording, and you will participate. And I'm sure that you will bring the laurel to the Cloud-122. I would like to extend my thanks to unsung hero signing, and in particular the guest and the Toastmaster, even the Deepa, this is Sergeant at Arms, and the timers, everyone. And by this, I sign off and giving the control back to the president, Toastmaster Rehana. Toastmaster Rehana, you are the still president of the club.
Thank you so much, DTM Saif. Yes, I am president of the club.
Okay, it's your time now.
Thank you so much. Dear Toastmasters, first of all, I would like to thank our contest chair, DTM Saif, our chief judge, Toastmaster Hina Ali, her team of judges, telecounters. A very special thanks to our timer for today, Toastmaster Amar, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Deepa. And I am so grateful to all the contestants for participating, for delivering amazing speeches. And I want to congratulate all of you because all of you dared to come forward and participate in the contest. I wish all of you a very best of luck for your future adventures as well. I hope all of you enjoyed the meeting. And once again, I would like to thank all of you for making this event a huge success. If anyone wants to share anything, you are welcome. Anyone wants to share anything? Any comments? Or I would like to adjourn the meeting. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster Hina. Thank you, DTM Saif. Thank you, everyone.